I'm going to show a few clips, by the way, just so you know. These are all on BBC College of Journalism's website, which will be opened to everybody on December the 14th. And actually, there are a couple of hundred films on it from Dorking House. So this is Alan talking about the issue of public interest.
The world's newspapers are full of stories that their editors believe will be of interest to the people they're trying to reach. If the readers aren't interested in what they have to say, the newspapers won't sell. The same is true of the BBC. Unless we understand what our audiences are interested in, they'll go elsewhere. But the BBC is a publicly funded body, and that gives us an additional responsibility to serve the public interest. And the public interest is not always the same thing as what the public is interested in. This is the Bosnian capital, Sarajevo, and I worked here for 3.5 years during the war of the early 1990s. And when that war started, the US Secretary of State told President Bush, "We don't have a dog in that fight." In other words, why should the outside world even care? And it was at times very hard to persuade people that what was happening here had any relevance to them at all. The BBC took a very different view and decided early on to stay in Sarajevo throughout the war, no matter how long it lasted. And we kept a correspondent here until the very end. And why? Because we thought it was in the public interest to stay on top of what was going on here, to retain an expertise so that we could interpret with real authority events as they unfolded.